Hi, I'm Craig Foster, Roof Tech. We are on 5999 DeZavala Road. I wanted to go over the rooftop with you. Let's take a look at what the rooftop is made up of, the roof system. Basically, what you have is you have a asphalt roof system that has a smooth surface over a lightweight concrete fill. And you got about approximately 3 inches in thickness in the roof system. And it's all over a metal deck, and we're going to assume it's a 22 gauge metal deck. As you can see, the roof looks semi-white or an off-white color. This roof has been coated, and I'm not sure how old the coating is. It looks to be probably anywhere from 8 to 12 years old that it's been on here. You have a smooth surface asphalt built-up roofing system over this lightweight concrete. Then what happened is to extend the life of the roof system, the coating was applied to the smooth surface or the finished surface of the asphalt roof. Well, over these few years, this coating is worn out. Its usefulness is gone. It's not protecting the existing asphalt roofing anymore. The asphalt roofing is failing. There's blistering, delamination, exposed fibers in the actual plies of the built-up roofing system. So there's multiple failures everywhere as far as the roof system. So the life of the roof system is at its end. So there definitely needs to be something done. Also, as an example, we have right here, and if you can see, I can push down on the roof system, and you can kind of hear it. Okay, that's a delamination, and that's happening, here and there throughout the roof system. And also, let's just take a look right here. When you look down here, you see the white coating. It's gone. It's leaving the surface. It's deteriorating. And what's left is this fiber ply sheet. Well, these fibers are exposed. There's no protection here anymore. This roof is completely exposed to the elements. This is what starts to happen, is it just becomes so brittle that I could just poke my finger in this. Matter of fact, I'm going to do that, and I have some sealant. I'll seal it afterwards, but you can just break it like this. That's how sensitive this membrane is at this point in this rooftop. The counter flashing seems to be in pretty decent shape. The sealant is what we need to be concerned about. There's been a lot of work on this stuff over the years. Along with a new roof system, we'd probably want to get some new counter flashing on here as well. So let's walk a little bit more, take a look at a few other things. One thing I want to mention right here is that with a lightweight concrete deck or a structural concrete deck, you have what they call one-way relief vents. And these relief vents are in the system for a reason. They allow pressure to escape through the system, out of the system, one way, and it doesn't allow air back in. Well, what's happened is throughout this roof is that for whatever reason over the years, they've come in and masticed over these, and it's not allowing the roof to vent like it's supposed to. So along with the new roof system, all new roof vents will have to be put in as well. And you can also see how brittle everything is becoming, and again, we got exposure here. And this is just a characteristic throughout the roof. This is systemic. It's not just in one area. It's completely throughout. And let's just scan right here, and you can see the fibers on this rooftop, and this is everywhere. Okay. Also, on the repair work, there's been a repair work all over this roof, and a lot of it is very temporary, where mastic has been just kind of slurried around on the surface, just kind of throwing in areas. We have metal work being done without correct sealants. The counter flashing, the sealants here. We've got conduits in places where they shouldn't be. There's multiple problems with the roof system. Also, as you can see, the moisture, constant moisture from the condensate, which is not working properly, so it's draining onto the roof system here. I mean, you can see this roof system is just completely exposed to the elements, and it's just eating it up. We have abandoned equipment over here. It's throughout the rooftop. That's an old RTU unit. It's not being used anymore. It's just left on the rooftop. We've got things just laying around the rooftop that can be blown around to damage the rooftop. Let's come on down here and talk about the base flashing. As you can see, all this black area here is all patchwork. They have come in to try to patch this in to try to get watertight, but it's failing. And we point out a couple things here. Is anywhere you see this fiber, okay, that's exposure into the roof system. Also, there's many areas up in the top here where it's not sealed anymore. And as a matter of fact, let's pan over this way. You see this line right here. That basically extends all the way down this wall, where this base flashing is splitting, and it's allowing you can see where this stuff is just coming up, allowing water into the system. And let's just take one more look down here. And this is a great indication of what's happening with this. This metal is flanged out here, and it sits down so low. If this water was to come up at all, it's going to flood out back up underneath here, because I can stick my finger back up underneath here into the membrane or past the membrane. And also, this here is a good indication that all these flashings have just been put in with mastic, and a very temporary way of putting these in. It's not permanent by any means. So leaking and potentials for leak are just scattered and littered throughout the rooftop. And then obviously we've got some ponding areas that we have to deal with, as we see here. And as that water just sits there, it just eats this up. It just eats the roof system up. You've got broken condensate lines, moisture coming out, just sitting in the roof. So we've got multiple issues on this rooftop. Now, the one really good thing about this is that there's only one roof system on this roof. So we can prepare this roof system for a layover re-roof, and we don't have to tear it all off. And that saves a lot of money and a lot of time and a lot of potential problems down below with the tenants. So this is a great candidate for a layover roof, okay? We can utilize the existing lightweight structural concrete. We can fix and identify the problem areas in the existing system, where if we need to patch or repair, we can do that prior to doing our layover. The other thing we want to do is we do want to do a roof scan, where we want to find out where the moisture where the moisture is in the roof system, so we can actually repair those areas prior to doing the layover. So with all the things that are wrong with the roof, the one really good positive thing is that we can do a layover on this roof and prepare it and come out with a fantastic long-term rooftop. Now, what I have done and what you'll see in the proposal is that I have broken this center up into 4 parts. We happen to be on part 2, okay? And we're going to look at a couple items on each part, and we'll go back and on 2, 3, and 4, and we'll look at each of those decks. And then when the proposal comes, it will have the rooftop diagram with the different areas that we propose and the cost for each section. If we were to do this, like a section every 6 months or every year, that way we put a plan together to get this thing re-roofed. Or we can also look at it as re-roofing the whole thing at once. But at this point, this roof is really not necessarily repairable. We may be able to do a couple little things to stop some of the leaks, but there's nothing that we can do permanently or long term. This roof is really at that point. And there's many things we didn't point out that, that are throughout the rooftop, but we'll take a look at a few other things.